1959. His Holiness set his foot in the border of India on 23 April 1959. Thousands of Tibetan followed His Holiness into India as refugee. Before 1959, students from the Himalayan region of Ladakh, Himachal Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh sent their students to learn Buddhist philosophy and culture in the great monasteries in Tibet. His Holiness the Dalai Lama and the Prime Minister of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru envisioned to establish an institute where both the Tibetan diaspora and the students from Himalayan region could be impart education on Buddhist philosophy. The vision was materialized in 1967, by establishing Central Institute of Higher Tibetan Studies, as a special wing in the Sampuranan and Sanskrit University. The main objectives of the university are to preserve Tibetan culture and traditions, to restore ancient Indian science and literature preserved in the Tibetan language, but lost in our originals, to offer an alternative educational facility to students from the Tibetan diaspora and the Indian Himalayan border areas, those who formerly used to avail themselves of the opportunity of receiving higher education in Tibet, to impart education in traditional subjects within the framework of our modern university system with provision for award of degree in Tibetan studies. The structure of the course was set to impart the tradition of Buddhist studies and the tradition of four schools of Tibetan Buddhism and Bon tradition in a modern educational setup. In the initial stage, a group of 50 monk students were admitted on a trial basis in the Acharya class and 40 young monks were admitted in the Purva Madhyama classes. In 1971, Professor Samdhong Rinpoche, better known by S. Rinpoche, took the charge of the institute as its principal. Till 1977, the institute was run as a wing of the Sampuranan and Sanskrit University. Seeing the academic growth of the institute, the Government of India gave the institute the status of autonomous body and registered under the Indian Society Act, fully financed by the Ministry of Culture, Government of India. The institute started running at Sarnath in the hired premises of Tibetan Temple, Burmese Temple, Jain Dharamshala, Sangram, Siddhartha Hostel, and Teachers Hostel. During those years, the institute gained its reputation domestically and internationally in the field of academic excellence. Many national and international conferences were organized, in which many internationally acclaimed scholars participated. In 1979, the institute bought the land for its campus. The construction works were begun with a well-planned design. The administrative building, the guest house, the library building, classrooms, hostels were built. The architecture of the institute is based on traditional Tibetan architecture. At present, the institute campus is spread over 30-acre areas with Kamalshil Academic Building, Sampada Building, Shanta Rakshita Library, Padma Sambhava Boys Hostel, Mayadev Girls Hostel, Research Hostel, and Scholars Home, Trizong Administrative Building. In 1980, to fulfill one of the main objectives of the institute to preserve and restore the lost Buddhist Sanskrit texts into its original form, rigorous training course was started with 3 students. That was followed by another 3 batches. In 1988, seeing the excellent growth of the institute in the field of academic and research and its unique mode of functioning was recognized. On the recommendation of the University Grant Commission, the Government of India bestowed upon it the status of deemed to be a university. The university has 5 faculties set up on the basis of 5 sciences of learning. Faculty of Hetuvalivam Adhyatma Vidya, Faculty of Shabda Vidya, Faculty of Adunik Vidya, Faculty of Shilpa Vidya. Faculty of Sorigpa and Pot Jyotish Vidya. This department maintained a medicinal herbal garden in the university campus. Varieties of herbs were grown in this well-maintained garden. The Ayatho Clinic is also in function under this department. Students are taught on hand practical classes, and are engaged in pharmacy. University has exchange program with other international universities, the Five College of USA, Tasmania University of Australia, Bangkok Digital University in South Korea and International Institute of Higher Tibetan Studies, Austria. The students and faculties of these universities visit the university under the exchange program. The faculties of our university visit these institutions, as visiting professor to teach Buddhism and Tibetan studies. University convened its special convocation in 1990. His Holiness the Dalai Lama and many eminent scholars including Sakya Trizin Rinpoche, Dr. Murli Manohar Joshi, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, Mrs. Mara Kumar, Professor Robert Thurman were conferred the honorary Vakpati. The university had a separate research department. The department has 4 units: Restoration Unit, Translation Unit, Rare Buddhist Text Research Unit, and Dictionary Unit. The university has its own publication unit. The publication of the university has published more than 290 titles under 13 different series. Shenta Rakshidhwa Library is the heart of the university. It is named after the renowned Buddhist scholar Acharya Shanta Rakshidhwa of Nalanda University, who visited Tibet in the 8th century. The library is fully automated with a multilingual catalog linked with the university website. The collection of documents on Buddhism, Tibetan and Himalayan studies of the library is the point of attraction for the scholars at home and abroad. Tibetan section has the collections of the Kangyur and Tunyur in the xylograph form. These xylographic texts are printed on handmade papers, which are more than 200-year-old. A huge number of texts by the great Tibetan scholars are also in the collection. Library has a huge collection of microfilm, microfiches, audio and video housed in the multimedia section. This section is primarily working on the digitization of the documents for the preservation of rare manuscripts. On the initiative of this section, the digitization of the rare Buddhist manuscript of Tawang Monastery, Lithangkigyur, Pikang Kangyur Tunyur, Nirthangkigyur Tunyur and Gondhala Kangyur were done for their preservation, and to give access to the students, scholars and research scholars. The important lectures, activities and teaching were recorded, edited and made available to the students online. University has a multi-purpose hall named after the great Indian scholar Atisha, who visited Tibet in 11th century AD. The university has 4 conference halls, Sambhata Building, Shenta Rakshidhwa Library, Kamalshil Building, and Anath Pandita Guest House. National and international conferences are being organized in these halls. University has 2 guest houses, Nehru Guest House, and Athapindata Guest House. University guests are accommodated in these guest houses. The university campus is fully connected by internet. Healthy body is the abode of the healthy mind. Students are also provided the facility of gyms in their respective hostels. Students and staff of the university actively take part in the different activities, social activities, Swaj Bharat Abhiyan. Cultural activities,